Okay, I would like to explain the risk quiz questions in the Realizeit, especially on the ADT and interface. How many interface could a Java class implement? Is any amount. And which of the following statements is not true? Is not true about implementation of interface. An implementation can have less method than its interface specifies. This definitely is wrong, right? And another one, if you take a look, or another is good, only the first one is wrong. Which of the following statement about the Java interface is most accurate? Let's take a look. A Java interface demonstrates the methods and an implementation of it must accomplish. In the demonstrated methods of implementation of it must accomplish. That's really true, right? A Java interface indicates the exact number of methods or the no. A Java interface defines how implementation of it must accomplish no, not the details. A Java interface is a finished template for a class or project. It's unfinished template, no. So A is good. Interface game character contain the following methods: double get power, void deal damage, void unequip item. Which of the following must an implementation of the interface contain? So let's say, yeah. So this interface includes 3 methods. So definitely these 3 methods should be implemented, right? So A is good. All these 3 methods should be implemented. This is 3, right? Double, void, and unequal. This also have this only have 2, right? So this should be correct. So the 3 methods, right? All the functions, all the methods defined in interface should be implemented in the class, which implement interface. Interface edible has an abstract method void it. Which of the following does a class app not have to do to make use of interface? Implement this method we need to do. Overload this one. Indicate the app implement edible. So we need to have implements keyword. Override avoid it method. So B is wrong. B overload the void it method. Overload corresponding to the one method, no, which has the function name and the parameter list. And the people can re-implement. People can make another methods which has the same function name but has a different parameter list. That is we talk about the overload. Override, that is true. Dave wants to create some forms of outline tab for the project he's working on. Specifically, he wants something called media player that has default values for variable speed and a default method for pausing, but abstract method for loading videos. Something called sound system. Right? So what should David use for each of these? The media player should be interface. So to decide which could be interface, which could be abstract data type, the decision is based on which can hold the data, which cannot. ADT can hold the data, but the interface cannot. So in this case, the sound system can, let's just say, doesn't need the default value, right? So the sound system should be interface, and the media player should be ADT. So in this case, the B looks good. Oh, let's double check that. I'm sorry. I think this should be correct. D is correct. So when we see that, but when we take a look, we just quickly go through that, right? So the D is correct one. D is correct one. This is correct one. This is good one. Okay. So then let's move forward. What are the main difference between ADT and interface? ADT can be directly initialized. No, ADT can have long abstract method. Well, interface cannot. ADT can provide necessary method heads without implementing them. Well, interface must implement all the methods. Wrong. ADT is abstract, where interface no. ADT can provide a default value for variables, where interface cannot. That's good, right? So this is good. Then let's go to the next one. This is the accidentally, choose the wrong one, right? We already explained that is true, right? What do we explain that is good? Yeah. So now I'm going to the code workout. So in the code workout, so this is the inheritance sparrow, and they extend, this is the abstract class bird. In this one, the bird app constructor, and also they have it methods and have abstract methods, right? Once you put abstract in the, before the function data return tab and the function name, in that case, you don't need to implement that. Now create a subclass of bird called sparrow. Overwrite it methods so that sparrow eats seeds. Implement fly method so that it returns its altitude of 4.15. So in that case, with the sparrow should extend bird. And also the sparrow, which is eat seeds. So we need to change to be seeds, right? And semicolon. And for the fly, we say it will return 4.13 and a semicolon. And check my answer. Good. Then we'll go to the next exercise. Interface review. Understanding that interface is a reference type in Java, how many interfaces can a class theoretically implement? A Java class can only implement one interface? No. Depending on the class, only a certain number of interfaces can be implemented. Interfaces are not a reference type. A Java class can implement any number of interfaces. This is true. Okay, and then so after you finish this one, then you will automatically submit score to the Realizeit.